experience that I've had. Oh my God, I wish everyone out there who's seen this at this moment could experience it. The Africa that we hear about in the other world, that's not what it is here. You gotta come by and see it.
Hello fam, welcome back to Trending Pulse Worldwide. My name is Amy, your sister from across the ocean. So today's topic is one I've wanted to talk about for a while. Why Jamaicans should absolutely consider visiting Africa. And you see, a lot of people, especially in the diaspora, still have this outdated image of Africa. Probably they see poverty, war, wild animals running down the street, but that couldn't be further from the truth. And what's better than hearing it from those who've already made the trip? So let's start with a Jamaican brother who took a life-changing trip to both Ghana and Zimbabwe. His story is too beautiful. Let's take a look.
Well, this yardie had a different experience returning home to the motherland, and I've been there twice. And on both occasions at the airport, them said to me, "Welcome home, sir." First time Zimbabwe going through customs. "Welcome home, sir." Second time Ghana. Custom officer look at my thing and say, "Oh, so you're Jamaican?" I say, "Yes." He said, "Welcome home, sir." Oh, no, know that blood clot feel? It melts the heart. See? And bring a tear to the eye. But as a man, I have to suck it up and say, "Respect my brother, I give her thanks."
You know, hearing him say he was greeted with "welcome home" gave me chills, because it's not just a kind phrase, it's recognition. It's the kind of warmth that goes beyond tourism. And when we see Jamaicans, Black Americans, and our Caribbean family step off those planes, there's a different kind of embrace waiting. We see our brothers and sisters. We know the story may have taken different paths, but it all started here. And as an African myself, I can tell you, the welcome isn't performative. It's from the heart. So guys, let's hear what happened next in his journey, because this part was very interesting.
Driving through the streets of Accra, Jamaican colors and Jamaican flags, they all bout. Pan wall, pan car, inside a car, pan bus, pan truck, van, everywhere. Seeing? Bob Marley picture, they all bout. Seeing? Me say I'll give the picture too. I know say Marcus Garvey inspired that black star in the middle of the Ghanaian flag. See? Me in the art center with my family. See, and I go say a word to my queen. And a man hear me accent and say, "Yo, you're Jamaican?" Me say, "Yes." He make an alarm and everybody gather around. Everybody want come say hi to her, the yardie. You see me? Man tell me story. Man ask me question. Everyone want just come talk up to the yardie. You see? Me never know so them love Jamaica so much in Ghana till I went there. Seeing? The Jamaican demanded, I say, "Yo, you have to come home in a bridging. Left off of the blood-clad plantation and come home." Whole about Jamaica me meet and then still, see? You know, growing up in Jamaica, enough people want go to America. Me talk to this girl in Ghana. Yeah, she said, our dream place to be, our dream place to visit is what? Jamaica. You see me? I mean, I say, look at that. And she's in the motherland where most away want come home too. And she want come visit us down on the plantation. You see me? Yeah. I want everybody to travel, see? And especially visit Ghana. My next trip I could be Nigeria still. Because me have a good percentage of Nigerian in my blood. Just like Ghana, see? Bless up on herself. Yeah.
That part touched me deeply. Imagine stepping into a city that isn't your own and seeing your identity celebrated in every corner. Jamaican flags flying, Marcus Garvey's face staring back at you from murals, Bob Marley's image painted with pride. That's not just decoration, that's acknowledgement. that is love. And when this brother said someone asked if he was Jamaican, and the moment he said yes, people literally gathered around him, smiling, talking, welcoming him, asking questions, being curious. I just had to smile. That kind of love isn't forced. It's not scripted. It's definitely very real. And it shows you something so important. The connection between Africa and the Caribbean didn't die. It's still alive. It's still pulsing in our cities, in our people, in our hearts. And you see, Africa has mad love for Jamaica, for the Caribbean. We know the history, we know the strength, and we see Jamaica and the Caribbean as part of our own reflection. And the way he said, I didn't know Jamaica was this loved. Whoa. That honestly hits. He felt something he didn't expect, and not just being welcomed, but being celebrated. And when he said he's coming back, not just to Ghana, but also to explore other countries in Africa, I felt like clapping, because that is what this is all about.
When I arrived in South Africa, my first country in Africa south of the Sahara, one of my first Uber drivers said to me that as a Black person from the Caribbean, descendant of a formerly enslaved population, I was probably the first person in my lineage to return to the continent since we were taken away. So, welcome home, he said.
Another Caribbean sister arrived to South Africa, and what did she hear? Welcome back home. That phrase again. And I want you to notice something. None of them asked for what. None of them begged to be treated special. It just happened because deep down, the people here feel it too, that even if our ancestors were scattered, we are still tied by something unbreakable. Now, let's hear from one more Jamaican sister.
Every single Black person needs to visit a Black country. Go there, and not to the little touristy areas. Go to the Black areas, the real areas, and see what life could be like, especially if you're from the US, like myself. So I grew up going to Jamaica every year with my family, and it was life-changing for me as a child to see Black business owners, Black restaurant owners, Black people in commercials, Black people on billboards, Black politician, all Black everything. It was so beautiful and so inspiring. For the first time in my life, I was seen. I took off my Blackness and put on my humanness. I wasn't just Jessica the Black girl, I was just Jessica. And if you've never experienced what life is like outside of your Blackness, outside of your exterior, you'll be surprised to know how much freedom there is in just being you.
She said it perfectly. Just once in your life, visit a Black country. And not just to travel, not just to say you did, but to feel what it's like when you're not walking through life being seen through the lens of your skin color. And in Black countries, the peace hits different. You can finally just be. And it's not just a fantasy. It's our daily reality here. And yes, we have our struggles, but racism isn't one of them in the same way. And you don't have to second guess every stare. You don't have to brace for every conversation. You just live. And when you do, something unlocks inside you like, whoa, this is what being human is supposed to feel like. So, to my Jamaican family across the ocean, if you ever felt curious about Africa, if something inside you has ever whispered, maybe I should go, let this be your sign. Come, see it, feel it, and also connect. And if you're already someone who loves Africa, who's proud of the roots, then know this, Africa loves you too. And to all my Black Americans and Caribbean brothers and sisters, if you've ever felt unwanted, disconnected, or unsure if Africa was really yours, I say this with love as your African sister. You are never forgotten, and that door has always been open, and your welcome is waiting. So guys, I'm your girl Amy, and this is Trending Pulse Worldwide. Let's keep this conversation going. Drop your thoughts in the comments, like and subscribe, and don't forget, this journey, it's just beginning.